Awesome. So we've been talking about equilibrium over the past 2 lessons. You have been going through the collisions game and playing levels. You played levels 1 through 3 up to this point. And over the course of that time, you should have learned what equilibrium is, okay? To review that, it is when the rate of the forward reaction is equal to the rate of the reverse reaction. When the amount of products we made are the rate of amount of products and the rate of amount of reactants, though when that rate is equal. You can disrupt equilibrium. You can disrupt the balance. You can do that by adding, as we saw in level 2 and 3. You can disrupt that by adding reactants or products. And in levels 4 and 5, we'll see that you can also disrupt equilibrium by taking stuff away. And so I think the analogy for our lives in this idea of keeping your balance, kind of the real life tie-in with this unit, would be we can add things to our life to regain balance or to establish balance, right? We can add something to our routine. I'm making a vlog right now. My goal is to have it done for probably by Monday, show you guys to kind of keep up with this unit. And in the vlog, my focus is on what I'm doing to add to my routine, and also things that I can take away from my routine to help me, regain balance in this crazy time. So as an example of something that I've added, I take my dog on a walk every morning from 6:45 to 7:15. That's something I haven't really done in the past when I was, working, driving to work. You don't have a lot of time to do that. But now with this quarantine life, you get a little more time for that. And so that's one example of something that I've added to my routine. And so I want you to reflect on something you either already have maybe naturally because of the quarantine, look at it as on a glass half full mentality. Maybe, I don't have, for me, I guess there's many things that I can think of that naturally are taken away, like my commute, you know what I mean? And so that saves me money on gas, gives me more time. I think one area that I know I need to check myself in, and I would say maybe not take away completely, but monitor would be, I know I love social media. I love making videos and following social media influencers and things like that. And so I need to make sure I check myself when it comes to my consumption, right? In quarantine, it's easy to get locked into consume, because what else do you do, right? And so I think for me, okay, think of things that I could add instead of consuming all the time, right? So the takeaway, what I'm taking away from my routine would be all unlimited consumption. And so that's my personal example there. So the chemistry tie-in that I have for us here will be going to equilibrium, hitting up level 4, and notice the title says remove particles. And so that's, again, the connection with our real life analogy, right? So how can you gain balance by removing something or maybe limiting your consumption on something, okay? So I'm not going to go through the level too much, but it's real quick. It's going to have you select a target. So the target says make this reaction shift left. And level 4 is like an intro lesson, so it's very laid out. There's not really much. If you just follow the directions, you'll pass it no problem. And so it's going to have me remove some Cl2, which is removing some reactant. And notice if I remove the reactant, it's going to be off balance, but it will regain balance and shift towards the reactant side to do so. So your task will be to go through this process, okay? My apologies, this should be levels 4 and 5. So go through levels 4 and 5 of the equilibrium game. You have already defined forward and reverse reaction. So I'm not going to have you guys define that. I'm just going to have you guys reflect. What's happening? Here we go. This is the reflection question that you're asked to consider. What can you take away in your life to add balance? Okay, type it out in a short paragraph, about a half page, 100 words. Film a short vlog about a minute in length, or talk to me via Zoom, either on Monday or Wednesday next week, since this will be due Monday.
Mr. P,
What's up?
do you have like our login information?
Yes, I do. So if you have any questions about login, if you need me to send you what your username is, I don't have your